My name is Colin Peterson. I sing in program.
My name is Lee Bush and I play guitar program.
We're Terminal A. Oh, we say good old rock and fucking roll. But with a little electronic twist.
It's a lot of old Southern California hardcore punk bands like TSOL and Adolescence and Agent Orange.
Kraftwerk, Gareth Freud. And then there's like some non-musical influences. We really like the notion of modernism. Oh, that is a tedious process for us. A lot of what happens is like a conversation more about aesthetics or what we're feeling, or trying to capture like a snapshot of like a particular state of being. Like our first set was written when he wasn't doing so well and I wasn't doing so well. We would take long walks on the beach, discuss to infinitum our subjective states, and then go home and like tap it out on the drum machine, making like a loop and then elaborating on it. I mean, ultimately it's what feels right and what we can construct.
Might be Satellite, just because that one really captures like an emotional state that I find myself in very often.
Yeah.
It's about unrequited love, more or less, and that's a weird one because that's an emotion that really, you have a lot of emotions and there's ways to like express them tangibly in the real world. Like, you know, if you're angry at somebody, you know, either yell at them or get in a fight with them or talk it out. Unrequited love is a weird one because, I mean, you can go up to the person and like, you know, tell them how you feel, but it's unrequited. It doesn't really matter. There's no like satisfaction in it. So the only way to really get that emotion out that I found is like creating art and music and playing.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of our songs right now are kind of like variations on that theme. Something like Unrequited Love too also like takes on many different fragments of yourself. You see many things reflected. It's like a cracked mirror because it can be so self-effacing or self-aggrandizing, or you can fetishize this other thing, or you can acknowledge both parties as like kind of these fleeting entities doomed not to interact. So like, yeah, that's a tricky one.
Terminal Twerk?
Oh, no, there was that one chick.
Oh, yeah. Terminal Twerk, we played in Long Beach and Colin definitely got twerked on during Queen Map.
Yeah, dude, it was glorious. She was like twerking me and then mock slapping my face, and then she was like, that made my night, yeah. And she was like a larger lady, so I was like getting more cluck for the old buck. And then there was this other show, Unit B show. It was like all electronic lineup at this skate park kind of warehouse venue. So there were like little 15-year-old skate punks like pogoing to like the techno disco, and then like really rowdy young lady again doing Queen Mab.
Yeah.
Put my whole head in her skirt, and I got to see some cool stuff. When we played the Alhambra room and that like old war veteran dude just like started crying, like this old Vietnam vet just like started crying and telling us about how he remembers like when rock and roll was rock and roll, and like when every rock song came with like a, you know, kind of a cut, like a hint of protest, like a kick in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
He was in tears though.
Yeah.
It's good to know that like we found an adequate vessel of communication.
I don't know, people listening to our music and getting anything out of it, any kind of connection that like hits any chord with them, I'm really happy. And kind of communicating, you know, the things that I want to communicate and Colin wants to communicate.
Yeah, no, definitely, like Grand Solace, that's what it's about. And like, I mean, what, communication is the thing that sets us apart from the rest of the animals. So now that we've found a vessel, which is absolutely ours, that we can effectively communicate, I just want to write it out to the fullest extent that we possibly can. Because like, I mean, I don't know, not to get into the whole like, we're atheists and we found our fucking gospels and culture thing, but that's the case. You like have nothing but an echo to leave behind, And someone years later might pick up the end of the conversation that you've initiated and build on your statement, be that much better than you at the age that they find your statement because you've trudged through the bullshit, and now they pick up the product of you trudging through the bullshit, hopefully at a younger age, don't have to go through it and can say something much more profound and much more complicated with much more like thick, beautiful overtones. If we
Blood. Blood and makeup.
Yeah, it would either be blood and makeup or some kind of like caramel pecan because I'm ambiguously brown and you're ambiguously white.
There you go.